Because now let us turn to looking at impress, what causes it, what its origins are, and who funds it. Because this is a scandal of our time, that their noble lordships should have put into law a piece of legislation that has been pushed, harried through by perhaps one of the most disreputable figures in British public life. I refer, of course, to Mr. Max Mosley, who has provided £3 million for impress, and who took a libel action against the News of the World when they said that he had indulged in Nazi-themed orgies. The News of the World was wrong. The orgies were not Nazi-themed. They were orgies, but they were German-themed. I do apologise, Madam Deputy Speaker, for saying these shocking things in front of you. But that is what happened. And the News of the World lost, and it was deemed that his privacy had been invaded. Before that, very few of us had heard of him, except that we knew vaguely he was involved in Formula One, and that we knew his father had been a member of Parliament, a Labour member of Parliament as it happened, and then set up the British Fascist Union. But we did not know that Mr. Mosley held views himself, or had, he claims in the past, held views himself that I think no reputable person could possibly hold. And views that are so repellent that, though I am going to read them out, Madam Deputy Speaker, I read them out with very considerable reluctance, but I think it is important to understand what underpins impress. Because Mr. Mosley was the authoriser of a leaflet. And we all know, because we've stood for Parliament, how important the authoriser of a leaflet is. I have the most wonderful agent, Margaret Brewer from Somerset, referred to in the Sunday Times as a feisty, flinty rural matron, and indeed she is. But nothing goes in my leaflets without her approval. You may think I'm independent-minded, but I have not a view, Madam Deputy Speaker, that has not been approved by Mrs. Brewer. And so I know, and we all know, how this works. If our agent doesn't approve it, it doesn't go in. And what did it say? And as I say, this is so appalling that I am reluctant to read it out in Parliament. But under a heading, Protect Your Health, it said, there is no medical check on immigration. Tuberculosis, VD, and other terrible diseases like leprosy are on the increase. Coloured immigration threatens your children's health. That, Madam Deputy Speaker, is the view of the funder of impress. It is little wonder that our free press does not want to be associated with such a man. It is little wonder that, to its credit, the Labour Party has now refused to take any further funding from this man. But impress has not. Impress has not condemned this man. It has not said that they will refuse further funding from the charitable trust he set up purely and specifically to keep impress running. They have done nothing of this kind, and they have a reputation of their own. And there is a certain irony in this. Their chief executive is a man called Jonathan Hayward, and he tweeted, of all things, that the Daily Mail was a neo-fascist rag. Well, dare I say that he might know a good deal more about neo-fascists than one had thought when that tweet was originally circulated.